So we have our beautiful patient Trish with us. And Trish, can you start by just letting us know what you had done?
So I came in to see you because I felt extremely self-conscious about the constitution of my nose. In my early 20s, there had been a car accident and it wasn't repaired. And so the shape had just over time, in my opinion, had become worse. Okay. And so I was very, very self-conscious about the shape of my nose. And then I was also concerned about my breathing. I love to run, and trying to breathe through your nose while you're running was a challenge. And apparently I had been snoring too. And so I was concerned about that. And then I also had some shape functional issues externally. And so we addressed those to see what would best help me breathe. And you determined that there was a deviated septum. And so we took it from there.
Okay. And you had a rhinoplasty done, correct?
Did have a rhinoplasty with the tip.
Great. Trish, was there a specific moment that you realized that you needed to make a change?
Yes, I knew that my breathing was impacted, but then someone complained that I snored, and that was embarrassing to me, and I was being teased and called Shrek. Apparently the snoring was fairly profound. So
I see. And how did you hear about our practice?
I found you online and did research looking at different facilities, different doctors, and I noticed that you did some things differently, and I was very interested to meet with you.
And then kind of to further follow up on that question, after your initial consultation, what made the difference, in your opinion, to pursue the surgery with us specifically?
It was multifaceted. So what I found was, to start, your front office staff is so welcoming and warm and accommodating, and walking in the door you feel safe. You know, it's a big deal to have something done to your face, and so having a very supportive team through each step of the journey is a very big deal. But then for me, a huge part of that was that you're one of very few doctors who performs the surgery internally. And so the healing and the end result are so much different than what I had seen my friends experience. And so I was very curious to pursue that. And at the end of the day, the fact that you function differently, and to see the before and after pictures and what you're capable of, combined with the support of such an incredible staff, it just made sense to be here.
Okay, well, certainly appreciate that. And then, you know, before coming to us, were you aware of techniques such as closed rhinoplasty, or did you just know that the open approach existed?
I just knew about the open approach until I spoke with you, but I had been drawn in by the photographs on your webpage and in reading a little bit more. So it was a culmination of different steps that brought me to understanding. So I think it's important to get the word out there. A rhinoplasty doesn't have to be the worst recovery ever. It can be beautiful. It can be fairly simple, truly, and you do such a beautiful job of it.
What were some of the hesitation and fears, you know, before the surgery that you kind of experienced?
So I was concerned, one, somebody was going to be working in my face and changing the structure of my face. But the other thing is I sing, and I was concerned that having it changed, or having structural changes, would change my voice and what I was capable of. I had been warned by so many friends that this was going to be the worst thing ever, that I was going to suffer, that the first 3 weeks after theirs had been the hardest thing they'd ever done. And to be honest, this was simple. I truly, within the first week, I was back on my feet, living my life. There wasn't a considerable amount of pain at all. And so it was such a simplistic process, and in the recovery aspect of it, I was so grateful, because I had been warned by every single person how awful it would be. And in fact, I would do it again tomorrow. It was a very simple process to work through on the healing side.
Trish, tell us a little bit how far out from surgery you are now, and kind of where you're at with your recovery.
So I'm 10 months past surgery. I would say probably at about 3 months, I was really to a great point. At 6 months, the swelling was gone. My face was looking really great. And at this point, I noticed such a difference in my functionality. I am able to hit the gym harder. I'm able to run and breathe better. And when I sing, I actually picked up some extra notes. So it was a win all the way around.
Excellent. And tell us, with the even external changes with the surgery, how did that affect your self-confidence and just overall well-being?
That was huge. I didn't realize how much the change in the shape of my nose had affected me for all those years. And so when I walk into a room now, I feel more confident. I don't mind turning my head. I didn't realize I had been trying to always look people straight on because I was embarrassed about the shape of my nose. And I also noticed now I'll wear my hair back more because it's beautiful to look at. You did a wonderful job.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
What's the specific moment recently that you thought, I'm so glad I did this?
Let me contemplate for a second because there's so many of them.
Yeah.
Let's go back in.
That's hard. I have something because truly, so the gal who does my hair loves to make videos.
Yeah.
And before I was self-conscious because my nose would be in the video, and now I don't care what angle I'm being photographed for content. So I would say I definitely see a different version of myself. I walk into a room with more confidence. I'm not afraid to face whichever direction I need to because I'm not trying to hide things I'm embarrassed about. At the gym, I have my shoulders back and I'm proud of what I can accomplish because it's so much more significant with the increased breathing. And so at the end of the day, this has been just so impactful on an emotional level, a physical level, and I could not be more grateful for what you've accomplished with this surgery.
This is actually, I'm like touched. I mean, because it's
It's really impactful.
No, this is amazing. This is amazing not just because you're doing this for us. I mean, that's really good, but just that means a lot to hear that because I love hearing that. Just the fact that like it doesn't look like a nose job, like where it's like you feel. Yes, there's a change, it's enhanced or whatever, but it's not like, oh my God, like it's a nose job. Because you know what I have seen, and it's something that I may touch on later, with our videos, but I have seen very good open rhinoplasty results from other surgeons, but it still looks like a nose job. Mm-hmm. Like you'll look at people and you'll be like, yeah, I mean, it's a straight nose and it has nice tip, but it looks like a nose job. You can just tell. But I think this is great because that's exactly what I'm hoping for. That you have like this natural result where it's like you're born with it. It's like a different nose, but you're born with it. Yeah. We're very, like I said, it was a big phenomenal experience for both you and I think we're just thankful to have patients like yourself.